My name is Edith, and it's spelled Edythe. My last name is Clark, but everybody calls me Cookie. That was a name that was given to me by my father. And this little thing down here, this is Poppy. She's my little 8-year-old Chihuahua. She came into my life about 8 years ago, as I said, right a couple months after my husband had passed. And I just needed something to love right at that time. And I have had dogs before, and I have loved them with the bottom of my heart. But this little girl, she brings me joy. And as soon as I saw her, I fell in love with her, and I knew she was going to be mine. In May of 2018, my husband passed away after a lengthy illness of pulmonary hypertension and stuff like that. And after he had passed, of all things, I made a bucket list. And on it was to go parasailing, to visit a good friend that lives in Nebraska, shop at Tiffany's, go to Key West, Florida, take a ride in a helicopter, and there's a couple other that I really don't remember. And I have satisfied a couple of them. I took my plane trip to visit our good friend out in Nebraska. I even went parasailing. For somebody that's scared to climb up on a stepladder, for me to be on a parachute on the end of a boat, that's scary, but it was just amazing. I am a true Army brat, and the whole family is my father, my stepfather, my adopted father. But I joined the Army and I trained in Alabama, Fort McClellan, and then I went to San Antonio at Fort Sam Houston, Texas, and I worked in the hospital ward there. And I met my husband there while I was there. We got married there, and probably would have stayed around a lot longer, but Vietnam was luring in the background. And at the same time, I became pregnant, and the military did not like you in the military if you were pregnant, so they proceeded to boot my butt out. But I'm going to honestly say that is one of the best jobs that I could have had, and I'm proud to have done it. One of the most important people in my life was my stepfather, because after he married my mother, I think maybe I was around 6 or 7, he adopted me and my brother. I think it's just what we needed. If he'd have waited until we were older, I think we still would have chose to go with it and everything. But we always called him Daddy Oak. He was a good person, and he loved us to death and everything. After moving to Murfreesboro, I found the community very welcoming. I had to get used to a big community because I was living beforehand in a small town that had maybe a couple thousand people. The one thing I wanted to find was a good church. And so I did some driving around, and I saw a church out on New Salem Highway called Fellowship United Methodist Church. So I went, and I kind of liked it. And then they started into the small groups, and we started getting together into small groups. And our small group originally was 4 of us, and we were all 4 basket cases. One was having trouble with her great-grandchildren, another one with her children. One had just lost her daughter, and I had just packed up and moved all the way across the country. I wanted to name the group 4 Hens and a Rooster, but they shot that down. I mean, it's one of the best things that I've found since moving here, other than being near my family, is my church family. And I know in a minute, if I have to need something, all I have to do is get on the message board for us and post it, and it is done. And if I have to go to the hospital and somebody needs to watch Poppy, I post it, somebody will come and get her and take her home. And that is true, true friendship. It just doesn't get any better than that. I am truly in my happy place here. I didn't realize, if somebody had told me many years ago that I would be living in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, I would be telling them to go get their head examined. Because no way was I leaving the beach and moving to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Well, it took my family being here, and it took a tragedy in my life, and I can remember saying to my church group, I am truly in my happy place here. I am surrounded by people that just absolutely love me, and it doesn't get any better than that. My family and all the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren and my church family, it's just a great place to be. It's just a happy place. I even have a placard from my wall that hasn't gone up, and it said, "This is my happy place." And I guess someday I'm going to have to put it up on my wall again. And I'm just truly happy here, and it just doesn't get any better than that.